Welcome back to my channel, guys. Thank you for stopping by. I am Vissy, or you can call me Vissy. But without much further ado, I'm just going to get straight into the video because I'm very passionate about what's going on out there with the spread of the Delta variant and this COVID thing. But guys, usually when you're thinking about protecting yourselves, you're usually thinking about just ways of protecting yourself in public, which wearing masks and social distancing and washing hands and sanitizing regular and all of that. But what are you doing in your own home to protect yourself? What are you doing in your own home? Think about it. So when I'm home, I'm usually vigilant about the way we do things. So I thought that I would just share those tips with you on how you can help to keep yourself safe at home. Anyways, I have these home tips. I had to write it down because I didn't want to forget anything. So wash your hands regularly, guys. Even though you're at home, still wash your hands regular, okay? Wipe down surfaces, especially the TV remote control and the door handles. When you can, if you have the Lysol spray, you can spray the house from time to time to try to keep the place clean, because you never know, guys. You never know. And one other important tip: the CDC doesn't have to set the guidelines for everything or tell you everything. Use the brain that God gave you to think of different ways that this thing can spread, okay? And always think that the person that you are in front of or in the company of, always think of that person as possibly having the virus, okay? And that way you can be able to keep yourself safe. Yes, because some people do, they're asymptomatic. They might have it, they don't show any symptoms of illness or whatnot, and they can have it and pass it on to you even though it didn't affect them. So make sure when you're at home or in your own home with it, among your own family and so on, don't eat from each other's plates or cups or forks. Always have that little container with a little bit of bleach or hydrogen peroxide in it. When you're going to wash the dishes, you can use a little bit of bleach or hydrogen peroxide to wash the dishes. So don't eat from each other's plates or cups or forks. And if you have any chips, any bags of chips, or anything that you can't put into the microwave or heat up, please, guys, don't just put your hand down in the chips, the bag of chips or cookies or whatever it is. Even if you feel that you have washed your hands, please don't just dip down in there and put it to your mouth and eat it, and dip back into the bag and put it to your mouth and eat it, and then give it to somebody else to eat. If it's something that you need to share with your family members, just get a container, a bowl or a plate, and put some of that chips or biscuits or whatever it is you're going to eat into that bowl or container and eat from that, okay? Now, fourth tip: if you feel ill, who says that you can't wear a mask in your own home? If you feel ill, whether it is the virus or not, remember that also still you have the flu virus out there, okay, that you can still pass on to family members. So whether it is, COVID or whatever it is, you don't know. If you're feeling ill, guys, please don't be ashamed or afraid, okay, to put on your mask. Wear the mask in your house, in your own, when you're out with the other family members, when you're in your own space. Yes, you can remove it and eat and whatever, and just be mindful of spraying down the room if you know you're going to take it off and eat in there and be in your own room, or tell them not to come into your room, okay? And when you're out there with them, put your mask on. Don't be scared. For at least 4 days or so, just watch it and make sure that it's not really COVID that's making you ill, or the flu, or whatever it is. If you feel ill, wear a mask until it passes. Point number 5, guys. It's your own home, yes, but if you're coughing or sneezing, please, even though you're not in John Public, please go ahead and cover your coughs and your sneezes, okay? And if you made a mistake by sneezing into your hands or coughing into your hands, please wash your hands. Yes, wash your hands, because anything you touch after, if you should have anything, any virus or anything, if you should touch anything after that, it's gonna spread, even though it's in your own house and it's not in public. Yes, germs can be spread in your own house. And I'm thinking that maybe that's part of the reason why the virus is spreading so rapidly too, because some people are not mindful of these points that I am giving you. They're only thinking of protecting themselves outside of the house and not inside the house. So guys, whether you're at home or not, when you sneeze and cough, please cover it. And if you make the mistake by, sneezing, as I said, in your hands, just wash your hands, please. All right? The safety of your household and of yourself is very, very vital, very, very important, especially with this variant raging out there. It takes nothing out of you to wash your hands, guys, and to not, sneeze and cough all over the place, whether you think that you're well or not, because like I said before, people can be asymptomatic and you don't know that you're ill, but you are, and you can spread it to other people. So be mindful of that next time. And of course, some of you may laugh about this point that I'm going to discuss, but still try to, in some ways, maintain your social distancing while at home, even if you feel well or not. Still, don't come close to each other and be talking into each other's ears and all of that. Kind of still keep a distance between you, right? If you're going to have a little bit of a family meeting or you're watching TV, still try to kind of keep that distance between you. And it should go a far, far way in preventing the spread of this disease. Again, I'm re-emphasizing that sometimes people can be asymptomatic. Sometimes people tell you, oh, well, my family members don't have corona. Look, you never, ever know. Once you're going out there among other people, you have to go to work, you have to go shopping. Anything is a possibility. So please, guys, don't take any chances. And number 7, okay, spray down your shoes with alcohol or Lysol. Before you go into your home, make sure that you spray. Make sure that first you sanitize your hands as you're entering your house. You can spray your doorknob, and make sure that you spray your shoes before you go into the house. Spray it top and bottom. Cover all areas, not just bottom or top. Spray both top and bottom before you go into your house. And point number 8, guys, mail. When you go to collect the mail, remember how many hands the mail has passed through. So don't be scared or shy or ashamed to spray your mail down with Lysol, or spritz it with a little bit of alcohol. I know the alcohol tends to be more on the wet side, or it tends to, what do you call it now, to mess up the ink or whatever that's on the packages or whatnot. But just lightly spritz it, or if you don't want to get it wet, just spray it down with some Lysol and let it rest in your garage or whatever area that you have some heat coming on. Let it stay there for 3 days or so before you bring it into your home. Very, very important. Yes, guys, spray your doorknobs regularly. I cannot emphasize enough the importance of doing that, because even though you're washing your hands and things, sometimes you touch surfaces and you don't know. Sometimes people make a mistake and they sneeze or they cough and you don't know that they did, even though they're not supposed to, but it has happened. When I make a mistake to sneeze or cough, I get the alcohol and I go spray, I get the Lysol and I go spray. So make sure still you spray the doorknobs down. Like I mentioned before, also the TV remote, things that people touch, surfaces that people touch, often the computer and all that. And guys, when you come in from from off the street, make sure that when you enter your home, make sure you go directly to take off all of that clothes that you wore on the outside. Take off that clothes and put it in a bag and tie it up. Put it down until you're able to wash it. If you have your keys, your credit cards, your IDs, your bank cards, anything that you use out there, please sanitize it. Okay? Please, please, please sanitize it. And if you can, don't use your hands to touch doorknobs. Use paper to open and close, paper towel or whatever it is that you have to open and close doors if you can. Or if you do, make sure that you sanitize your hands regularly. There's another point I'm trying to remember, guys. Okay, very important too. When you go shopping, besides spraying down the bags before you put them in the car, okay? Besides doing that, make sure that when you get that receipt from the cashier, don't use your clean hands and touch back that receipt. When you come home, put it in your pocket, put it away somewhere, put it in your pocket, because you're going to take those clothes off and put them to wash. Put it in your pocket. Get a container or a bag for all those receipts, and when you get them, you put it in that bag, tie it up, and wash your hands. So you don't have to be touching up the receipt, because guys, we all know that hundreds of people come and go in the supermarkets, and they touch up all kinds of different cans of this, the different goods, and then they bring them to the cashier to cash out, and then she's gonna touch all of these things, and then when she prints your receipt, she's gonna take it and she's gonna hand it to you. Did she sanitize her hand before she took the receipt to give to you? No. And some people want to keep their receipts, so they don't want to spray it down with anything. Of course, you could probably spray it with a little bit of Lysol. That would be better to keep it. But if you spray it with alcohol, it's going to dissolve all of the writings from it. And if you don't want to spray it at all, like I said, you get a bag, get a container, and put it in at least 3 to 4 days. It should be good after if you want to take it out, touch it, whatever. But even still, though, I don't really, as long as I know that they haven't been there long enough, if I touch it within the 3 to 4 days, I'm going to wash my hands. Only, even if I've taken it out some weeks after, I still, when I handle these things, I still try to wash my hands after I touch them. So those are the household tips that I have for you guys. I have a video that I did that I mentioned, like sanitizing your groceries and so on. I'm going to link that in this video. But these are just some regular home tips that I thought of, that I'm thinking that maybe other people are not thinking of it at home, because sometimes people are saying, oh, but we were so careful, we wore a mask, we wore this, we wore that, and still, we came down with the virus. Because some of those practices that I mentioned before, guys, people don't really think of it, because when you're home, you feel that, okay, this is your safe haven and nothing's gonna happen to you and all that, but you have to think wisely, guys, because you're going out and you're coming in. When you're coming in, you're going out. So, guys, I hope this will help you, and I hope there's going to be no judgment on the things that I've said. Yes, some people have said that I go overboard, but guess what? I prefer to err on the side of caution. I prefer to go overboard than not doing enough or doing a little less to keep myself safe. If anything should happen, let it be said that you did all you could that was humanly possible. So, all right, guys, make a love and I'll leave, like it up, share it up, and comment. Let me know what you feel about the things that I've said. And make a love and I'll leave, until another time. All right, see you guys. Stay safe, guys. Stay safe.